99X, it's Barnes and Leslie. We're right inside Ask a Casting Director. If you want to get in the business, maybe you know someone who wants to get in, or your kids, you can call and ask a question to Rhavynn Drummer. She's the head of casting at Tyler Perry Studios. Our number is 470-741-4999. Rhavynn, I really would like to see Leslie do an audition. Can you send her some sides?
Absolutely.
He just wants to embarrass me, Rhavynn.
Because we've done bad DJ theater, and Leslie,
I'm excellent at bad DJ theater.
You weren't that bad.
I don't know about that.
I didn't think you were bad at all. All right, she's having, Rhavynn, not Leslie, is having a Master the Audition class
This is an online class. It looks great.
No, this is in real life, isn't it?
No, this one is in person. Yes, this one is in person.
You also have an online one, too, on your website.
Yes. I do have an online one as well. So I have one that you can purchase if you can't come to Atlanta, or I have one that you can actually do in person.
Got
Excellent.
it. So that's this Saturday, 10 to 2. We'll get all the info before Rhavynn leaves. Let's get to some more of these callers. Hey, Morning X, good morning. Who is this?
This is Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. You're on with Rhavynn Drummer.
Good morning, Rhavynn.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. I did have a question about my daughter, though, actually. She's 11 years old, and she's been doing some background work this summer and has always been interested in performing. Well, now she's wanting to seek more larger roles or speaking roles, and basically I'm wondering, how do you cast for those larger roles, and is an agent necessary?
That's a great question. Yes, I would say an agent is necessary, and there are lots of, I feel like as it pertains to children, there's a lot of competition in that space. So I would definitely look into her getting an agent, or I would look into her doing a class that has a showcase. So there are a lot of great classes for kids that have showcases that will introduce them to agents and casting directors. So if you're in the Atlanta area, like the Alliance Theater has an amazing program. AGI Entertainment has an incredible program. So those are the two that I can think of offhand that are focused on kids and have done a great job of connecting kids to professionals, casting directors, and agents.
Hey, Crystal, you know who got found in one of those showcases?
Who?
When she was about 7, Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jay Purvis, yeah.
In Atlanta. They found her. They brought her in. They said, here, do this. They gave her a scene of something. She did it. And then they gave her one for like a 10-year-old, and she nailed it. Then they gave her one for like a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
And she nailed it. And then boom. And now you see, how that went.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Crystal. Yep, you have a great day. We'll see you later.
Thanks for your call.
How do you get a speaking role? Kind of what the previous caller had asked about, but how do you know internally when you're ready?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Like, how do you know when to go for it? You can't just be courageous, because that's not enough.
I think that to me, if you're in classes, so like if you're in training, you should be hopefully working with a great teacher or coach who can let you know where you are and how you've grown. Okay. And then I would also say, when you feel like, okay, you know what, I've done the independent projects, I've done the student films, I feel like I've gotten my experience in that area, let me try to see if it's time to move on to get an agent, to go into the under 5 or co-star roles. Like, I think it's a very hard marker to determine.
Yeah.
But I think once you've been in training, you've worked with people, I think that could be some time to know when it's time to jump.
We're taking calls for Rhavynn. Ask a casting director. 470-741-4999 is the number.
Hi, Morning X. Who's this?
This is Reed Willard.
Hey, Reed. Well, guess what? You're on with Rhavynn Drummer. What's your question?
As far as self-tapes, Rhavynn, do you have any pet peeves that actors do when it comes to self-tape submissions?
I think my biggest pet peeve is that actors are afraid to look stupid in a self-tape. And what I mean by that is
sure.
they're afraid to take a risk. They're afraid to be wrong. And so a lot of times what happens is that we get self-tapes that feel very kind of generic, safe, I dare to say boring, because they're kind of like in the middle of the road. They haven't made a choice, but they haven't not made a choice either. So
Sure.
So I think that, yes, I don't want you to gimmick me in terms of like, oh, well, I'm going to hang from the ceiling. You know, I don't want you to do that.
do something outrageous.
But
sure.
I do want you to, I just want you to think that, hey, this person has watched 30 auditions today. If I'm number 31, like, what am I going to do that's different from the 30 people that went ahead of me, but that's still smart and in line with the given circumstances of the scene?
Right.
Hey, thanks for your call and your question, man. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Reed.
Thanks so much for having me.
You got it. Bye-bye. All right, let's squeak one more in. Hey, Morning X, good morning. You're on Hello with Rhavynn Drummer.
Hey, Rhavynn. It's Timothy. Nice to speak with you.
Nice to speak with you, too.
So I have a question. When you're casting for a co-star role on a Tyler Perry production, typically how many auditions do you receive, and what tips can you offer actors to improve their odds of booking one of those roles?
Yeah, so in terms of like just submissions alone, we have about 700 people that submit. I can audition about 30 to 40 of those 700 that submitted.
Wow.
Yeah. And then my top like 6 to 8 people is who I send to the producers to say, hey, of those 30 to 40, these are the people that did the best in their auditions. Wow. So it's tough. Like, it's even tough for me to go through all those, to narrow down to get to those numbers. And how I get to those numbers, 1/3 are people that I've seen before, another third are people that I haven't seen before, and the last third is like miscellaneous, maybe like not in Georgia, but in like, Tennessee, Florida. But how you can like I always say, just give me an amazing performance, so you can get into that 1/3 of people that I'm like, oh, okay, yes, I remember them. Let me bring them in again. This may not be the role for them, but let me find something for them.
Timothy, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. Have a good day.
You bet. Thanks for taking my question.
You got it. Absolutely.
Do you even have time to like go through YouTube or TikTok to find people?
I wish I did. I don't, but when I'm on like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, I have a folder and I call it talent.
Oh, cool.
And so whenever I see somebody, just kind of like in happenstance, when I'm scrolling, I just put it in my talent folder.
That's very cool.
That's good to know.
Leslie, what I remember most about Rhavynn was I had a call back for Tyler Perry 15 probably years ago, and Rhavynn was the casting director. And I'll never forget how nice you were, and it's so authentic. At the time, you don't know because I had just met you, but you are so nice to all these actors, and you're so genuine to them. And I think that's so good to not discourage them, who some of these snappy casting directors who get.
Yeah, that's a rare quality.
You know what? I've acted before. I've auditioned before. I know
hard.
how brutal it is, and like it's I have the easy job of being the casting director.
Kudos
so
to
I always
you.
feel like
Yeah.
I want to provide an environment that you can be creative in.
So cool. Master the Audition with Rhavynn Drummer. That is this weekend. It's 10 to 2 on Saturday. One more time, how can people get in? I know you have limited slots left.
Yes, just go to my Instagram page, at Rhavynn, so it's at RHAVYNN. Hit that link in the bio, and it should be the first tab in the link tree.
Rhavynn, thank you very much. We'll have you on again soon because obviously there's a want for it.
Absolutely.
People love it.
I would love to come
You're
back.
amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
I love this inside showbiz
Yeah,
stuff.
thank
This
you.
is the original. It is 99X.